Hello and welcome back to We're Talking Tea. Tonight we'll be getting into the Real Housewives of Potomac season 10, first part of the reunion. And it was okay. I don't even know where to start. But before we start, my drink of the night is this Stella Rosa Red Berry Delicious. Not a whole lot of alcohol, so just a little sip for my reunion. But it started off with Wendy and her family. Well, it started off with Wendy and her husband. It's her family, but it was started off with her husband. And she had only been out of jail for a week. Well, yeah, this had been a week since she had gotten released from jail. And she was just sitting on a sofa talking to Eddie about everything that transpired. And they both were crying. And after seeing that, I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned about this one. But I'll save that for another episode. So they kind of talked about that, and then we had the reunion to start. So Andy greeted all the ladies as they came out on the couch, and Wendy came out last. All the ladies looked beautiful. It started off with Wendy talking about the situation because he kind of talked about all the women and how do you feel about when it started Giselle 10 years ago, and Ashley's an OG as well, and then he asked Kay about how she feel about being a part of the show, all that good stuff. So then they ended with Wendy, and it was like, and Wendy, you have a situation going on. How are you doing after this? And so she just kind of went into details. And the part that hurt me the most was when she said her son Carter had looked it up and found out what was going on, and she couldn't even bring herself to lie to him. They just cried. So that was a little emotional. That was some stuff to see. But yeah, so they talked about that. They talked about what it was. The ladies asked her questions about being in jail, being incarcerated, and they also went to, I think next they went to Stacy. So Stacy just kind of continued with her lies. She never confessed to anything. She just sugarcoated everything, and every single question that was asked, even though Bravo showed receipts to all of it, she still was like, no, I don't think that's how it happened, and we should support black women. Wendy, Giselle, Kay, continue to call her out on when she does wrong. Like, because she's going to continue to do this, and I don't like it. Even when um, Andy specifically asked her, who filed for the divorce? And she said, I filed. And then Shady Bravo comes with the clip of the post of the picture that she showed to Giselle and Ashley, which Giselle had already said that she had photoshopped this paperwork, this documentation, but that had Timu listed as the plaintiff. So how did you file if you're the defendant? You're defending yourself based on what he said and why he needed to file. So you're lying again. But Andy didn't say, well, based on this documentation, that's not what happened. He just was like, okay, next. Next question. Also the situation with Stacy and Tia, like they just kept on getting into it, and she was kind of talking over Tia at some point. But I like the fact that Tia was still just keeping going just to kind of get her point across. But I feel like even when Tia was like, she was to call Tia out on, no, Tia called her out on her, the way she speaks. She's like, because I was on a plane with her and she was talking and she didn't even sound the same. And she was like, well, you don't sound the same either. And Giselle was like, well, when has she not sounded the same? But she never said it. And then Annie just went on to the next question. And then there was one time where Tia kind of explained, like, even though my husband is from Chicago and my kids is from the US, that doesn't mean that my accent is supposed to change. You sound ignorant. But they just said their piece and it kept on going. Then they got to um Angel. Angel, the whole catfish situation. It was a whole lot going on. Hold on. It was a whole lot going on. And It started off with Giselle saying it. Giselle didn't like it. I mean, she didn't like when Giselle said it, but then she was still going back and forth about it. She never quite said that Wendy said it. She kept on saying Wendy co-signed her saying it. But I don't know. I feel like when Angel was trying to speak and get her point across, Andy was kind of cutting her off. So I'm not sure what was going on with that. I guess because Angel came and confessed that no, it was Bravo had a lot to do with the shady stuff that went on during the Colorado trip to make me seem like I'm doing something wrong, and she stood up for herself and defended her business because this is my livelihood. So don't do that, Bravo. So I guess Andy was like not really wanting her to get her point across and stuff like that. I just didn't like that at all. So then we had Ashley. Ashley got on the hot seat and they were asking her, what did they ask? Oh, ask Ashley about her comment about the Zen win in the pen. And she apologized for it. But she was like, Wendy has made comments about all the women's and all the ladies. But Wendy was like, but I've never joked about nobody being in jail. Not once. That's just below the belt. So it was an okay episode. I'm looking for more information. I was hoping that Bravo Andy would have held Stacey accountable and really, really went in on all the times that she lied, lied, like a compulsive liar. She's always lying. So I feel like I wish Andy would have really, really called her out on her stuff because she just lied for no reason. If she's willing to lie for no reason on that stuff, I can only imagine what else she'll lie about. So that is that for this season 10 part 1 of the reunion for Real Housewives of Potomac. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so that you do not miss out on the next time that we talk tea. Until next time, bye.